Next, we're going to place architectural columns. So the difference between the structural columns and the architectural columns. So a structural column adds a vertical load-bearing element to the building model, while the architectural columns are purely for aesthetics, so they will not be included in any loading calculations. To select the architectural column, we'll come back to our Architecture tab, Build panel. We have our column tool, and there's a little arrow underneath. We'll click on the arrow. First is the structural column, which we've just used. Next is the architectural. So we'll select that. Again, you'll see the contextual tab will appear, so the tab changes green. A few options we can use. I won't go into detail of what they are just yet. We will of course cover this in the course. Next is the options bar. Again, we can rotate after placement, how we want it to be constrained, and room bounding is something we'll cover again later on in the course. But with the structural column, what we did is we used the column which has been provided to us by Autodesk. So it's like the default one in the type selector. What we want to do is we want to change our architectural column. As you see here in the type selector on the left hand side in the properties palette, it's currently set to columns rectangular 450 by 600 millimeters. I want to change that to 600 by 600. And how we do that is we'll select the type selector, and in there we have three different types. So we have our 450 by 450, 450 by 600, 600 by 600. So we're going to select that, and now we're going to just place that architectural column over the points at which the structural columns were. So again, same process. Once both grid lines become highlighted blue, we'll click to place. Again, refer to PDF 002 column layout for those positions. And if you wanted to get a better look at what you've drawn, click on our 3D view again, and there's our architectural columns. I'll close that down. So with the architectural columns, they're just a blank canvas. So what that means is when we attach a wall to that architectural column takes on the properties of whatever wall abuts to that. So later on, we're going to draw our external wall around those columns. When we hit off it, it will automatically take on the properties. So it will turn into a block, plasterboard, brickwork, whatever we put to it. So it saves us time detailing around every single structural column in the project.